Okay, this is Ringwalk Media. It's a Saturday morning. We've been dragged over to Terry Spencer's gym, but for a very good reason. Cam Lewis, nice to see you. Back from the Air Force in the week, down south, and lovely to see you up here in Terry's gym.
Yeah, no, always get me training done whenever I'm home, off from leave. But yeah, I've got a full-time career in the Air Force, so keeps me busy coming here, keeps it fresh.
Well, listen, you have had an absolutely storming year as an amateur. Had some brilliant results and some great experiences, but we'll get to that in a minute. Give us just a little general roundup of your boxing career to date as an amateur.
Yeah, I had my first fight at 15. I'm now 25 and everything in between really. So I've won multiple Merseyside and Cheshire titles, UK Armed Forces titles, boxed for my country, Four Nations, box cups, and obviously the senior ABAs, which I've always wanted to win. Looking at the names like your Tony Bellews or Smith brothers, I've always wanted to win that ABA title, and this year I've done it. Yeah.
Well, you're in good company there, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, let's talk about the last sort of 6 months or so. You really have, like you say, you mentioned you fought in the Box Cup, you've won the ABAs, and you were you're in the Tri Nations as well. Just tell me about some of those experiences. Yeah,
they've been second to none really. Obviously, this year I started out in Sweden, so I had 2 fights over there, boxed some international lads, some really good lads. Got both wins there, and I've literally this year I've had 12 fights. I've won 11 of them. Obviously in the Four Nations, I got there by winning the ABAs. Got the Four Nations, got a stoppage win against Wales, and then
that's always nice, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But I was unlucky not to get the nod maybe with the Four Nations final, but I'm taking an international medal back to TS Boxing Stable, so. Yeah.
Which is amazing, mate. And for context, you're fighting people who have been in the Olympics, right? At that top level. So, your standard is high. And you got knocked out in the semi-finals, I believe.
Yeah, it was good to get a stoppage win, especially in the England vest. So, yeah, it was a nice moment, yeah.
I hear a little story that you were framing the England vests up, is that right?
Well, I've just put it in the top of the gym there. So, it's just, it adds to the story, doesn't it? Getting that frame so it's not forgotten about. And I guess the youngsters coming through the gym, they can see that and maybe strive to be, following my footsteps, so to speak. Yeah,
that's a nice thing to do, mate. And that level is really high. Now we do know that amateurs are different to professionals, but that's a high level. And like you say, the Smith brothers, Bellews, Fraser Clarks of this world, they've all been up there at that Olympic level, and you're making a good mark, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. I think I've always wanted to sort of do it the traditional way. A lot of sort of pros from the 90s, 80s, they've always went through the ABAs, and I feel like I've done my due diligence. Really had them senior seasons where I've fought good lads, some wins, some losses, but I've really fought men for the past 5 years. So I think it'll stand me in good stead for the pros. I'm open, yeah.
Well, listen, that leads you nicely into turning professional. What was the deciding factor to turn pro?
I think I wanted to get that ABA win, so I wanted to get my ABA title, and then it gives me a good opportunity then, because it sort of gives me a lot of self sort of worth, and it shows maybe potential promoters or sponsorship that, right, this lad's got something here, he can propel into a good pro. And I think an ABA title can indicate to these types of people that you've got exactly what it takes. And I think the style that I've done it in, I've not really, I know people say like, oh, your style's good for the pros, or you've got an amateur style, but I feel like I've really took a little bit of a pro style to the amateurs. So I think me and Terry are going to really work on that and refine it, and I'm looking forward to putting a little gloves on and showing people what I'm about,
Well, I'll tell you what, there's one or two lads that have been in the Air Force and the Navy and the Army that have done exactly what you're doing now, like George Crotty, for example, and they're having great success. So the future looks bright, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Going on them names, like George is an inspiration, because obviously he was on that GB setup, and now he's got pro titles on the way. Yeah. And obviously even looking back to your Nigel Benz, who came through the Army, I look up to these people massively, and I want to be the next name. I want to be the person that is sort of his roadmap was Air Force, then professional boxing, and I want to go right through the titles, and be an inspiration for the next generation,
We're just in the process of turning pro at the moment, getting all the paperwork done. And of course, you've got a new manager, Jamie Ingram. Very well connected and a nice guy. You must be pleased that you've got someone with that experience on board.
Yeah, it was really good to have on board because he's a gentleman and his word's his word. I've had nothing but good experiences and chats with Jamie, and I'm excited for the future. Obviously, the types of fighters he's worked with, it sets that dream alight for me, really. Seeing the lads that he's worked with, and hopefully I'm open to get to that level. So he's a perfect fit for myself.
Well, it's all going well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, listen, the Royal Air Force, you work, I think, in the week down south with the Air Force and in your career. Just how much of an influence have they been on your boxing as well as, what you're doing?
So, yeah, they've took me from a boy to a man. I know it's the old cliche, but I feel like, I started boxing in the Air Force, just at, development level. But the opportunities they give you, little bits of time off here and there, and even just the workplace, supporting not just your career but your boxing career. I feel like, they have took me from a boy to a man. They've had me on all the shows, all the military shows, and obviously back-to-back seasons in the senior elites, and obviously they've led me to a national title. Obviously, Terry's been on board with that, and we've sort of worked in sort of unison. Me, my civilian gym, and the Air Force, and I can't recommend it enough to other people maybe wanting to join the service, because it's massively benefited my life.
Well, it's a nice message to all those youngsters out there looking at you going, oh wow, that's great. It's a good idea to go and join some of the forces and get the opportunities you've had.
100%.
Well, listen, you're over here with Terry, of course, Terry Spencer. He's got a couple of names in the gym and he's doing very, very well. Do you enjoy it over here?
Yeah, I love it. It's home. I literally live 5 minutes away, so it's you get that homely feeling, and I think that's important for a fighter to be, relaxed and enjoying his training environment. And obviously, I've got my muckers here like Ricardo, Ryan, Leon. They've sort of been there and done it. They've been through sort of the path I'm going towards. So it's proofs in the pudding really with Terry, and I feel like I want to be the next name, and I really want to propel this gym and get them, them title wins and stuff.
Can I just give you some advice? Don't copy Leon. No, I'm only joking. He did rather well. He took Ben Whittaker 8 rounds, first person to take him unbeaten, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, Leon. Obviously he had that English title fight. I think when you look at the winner of that fight and what he's went on to do, it was just slightly unlucky. But they're the types of thing. I guess it's winner stays on in the pros sometimes, like Monopoly, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit. So, well, listen, the future is bright, mate, and it looks like you've got the talent and the backing. So, a nice way to sort of finish the back end of this year for maybe get your first pro fight out towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm open. Definitely debut before the end of the year, and build on the successes. Really, I think momentum is important in boxing, and I think this year is going to be my coming out year really, and just with the help and guidance of Terry and Jamie and the RAF, I feel like there's no reason why I can't go on to big things.
Sounds brilliant, mate. Now, of course, at this level, at the beginning of a pro career, sponsors are important. I know that the Royal Air Force are going to continue supporting you, but you're open to new sponsors as well, aren't you?
Yeah, open to new sponsors. Obviously, your supplements, your massages, your travel, your gym memberships, it's all things that you need in a professional career. And I think, although the RAF backs me, and that's me full-time career, I'm open to sponsorship. And, if you want to help me out and on this journey, I think, give
you a shout.
Yeah, definitely promote. Yeah, give me a shout and I'll definitely promote your brand or business and stuff,
and they can get hold of you on Instagram?
Cam Lewis 01 or TikTok. Cam Lewis or anything like that.
Bit of TikTok,
YouTube.
You're doing a bit of TikToking, are you?
All of it really, all the socials, but main one's Instagram, isn't it?
You'll have to get Ricardo and Leon doing that H song, Ring My Bell.
Yeah.
You'll have to get them dancing around the ring with you. Well, listen, mate. Lovely to speak to you. What a great year you've had, and congratulations on the the wins and the participation, mate. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this journey goes. I'm pretty sure you'll get picked up very, very quickly by a big promoter as well, with a background story there. And we're looking forward to seeing what you do, mate. And wish you all the best. And thank you so much again for working for the Air Force and looking after us all.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate your time.
All the best, mate.
Thank you.